Judy May, a child with cerebral palsy, once said, "I may use a wheelchair, but it's my intellect that takes me places." Her statement makes me realize how important education is to children with disabilities. But the question is, how many children with disabilities are able to access education in their respective communities? In the Philippines, according to the Department of Education, 9.2% is the number of children who are able to be provided with special educational needs, both in private and public institutions. The remaining 90.8% are either out of school or in school but not yet identified. This statistics is very alarming. How can the Philippines achieve education for all, or the Millennium Development Goal on accessible primary education, if children with disabilities will not be able to access education? There are lots of problems that we need to consider why this particular consideration or problem exists in the Philippine setting. Firstly, there's still a prevailing negative attitude in the community about disability. Secondly, the availability of resources is not that enough, both financial and manpower. Thirdly, most of the regular elementary school teachers are not trained on how to accommodate children with disabilities. And lastly, most of our elementary schools are located in downtown areas. How can children who live in uptown areas access these schools if they cannot afford to pay for the transportation? These are a lot of problems that we need to consider in addressing the needs of children with disabilities in education. But what can we do as individuals? What can we do as members of the community? The answer is, we need to implement inclusive education. Inclusive education is based on the philosophy that all children, regardless of age, gender, religion, race, ability, or disability, have the right to be enrolled in the regular elementary schools nearest to their homes. I'm presently connected with GP Rehab, an organization that works with children with disabilities, and we really are pushing for inclusive education. The question is inclusive education only a dream? Yes, it will remain a dream if we will not do something about it. Us, commit ourselves to make education more accessible to children with disabilities. Let me ask you, are you one of us?